Good morning, everyone. Welcome to How Ines Rolls. I've been thinking that I am missing a good glazed donut with this shutdown stuff. So I found a recipe that I'm gonna try, and I want you to try it with me. What do you say to some Old Fashioned Donut Muffins? Literally, my favorite donut is the one that I get at the nearby gas station. It is like the best glaze or something. It's not dense, it's light, but it's not too heavy. You know, it's like not too light. It is just a good donut. And when all of these shutdowns started happening, that was one of the first things that stopped. I'm like, okay, so we're not getting donuts around here for a while. But I saw this recipe on Pinterest, the good old fashioned muffin or donut muffin, that I thought it was worth a try. So let me get my ingredients together and let me show you what you'll need. So you'll need some butter and oil, some of the brown and regular sugars, couple eggs, baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt, vanilla, and flour, plus some milk. Now the other thing we're going to be making is a glaze. And so you'll just need a little bit more butter. So I'm not using all of that butter. Like I'm using half that butter. So some of the other part we'll be using for the glaze with some more milk, I think, powdered sugar. So there's some things that you probably already have in your pantry. I had everything in my pantry, so it was ready to go. And I must be really craving a donut right now to even want to do all of this. So this is not actually a ton, but these are all a lot of flavors that are going to be going into it. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is I turned on the oven at 425, and then I'm just going to line 12 muffin liners here. I think I'm going to already love this recipe because I don't have to bring out the beaters. I'm just using a wooden spoon to mix everything. So I love that. So what I'm doing now is I have my butter, my oils, and my sugars. So if you do this correctly, or you don't have to get so many measuring cups or have to wash things out, you just have to measure out your sugars first before you measure out your oil. Okay, so we are going to start mixing away, and I'm going to bring you closer. So we're cracking one egg at a time and then mixing that in. Okay, here's my second egg, and it's just creaming up pretty easily by itself. So there's no need for a mixer for this one. And now we're going to start putting in all of the powders, like the baking powder and the salt and the seasonings like the cinnamon and the nutmeg. We'll get it all in here, you guys. So I have my baking powder, baking soda, nutmeg, cinnamon, salt, and now I'm just going to add a little bit of the vanilla. It calls for a teaspoon, but if you've been watching me for a little bit, we do a little tiny bit more than what it says. And we call it the whoopsie. The oopsies. It's not like that much more, you guys. But we do like a lot. We do love the vanilla flavoring in desserts. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and just mix it in. And then we're going to get ready to add our milk and our flour to this. Ooh, it smells so good, you guys, already. Like, it's going to be delicious. Can't wait to try it. Well, I have to bake it first. Okay, so this next part, we're going to be doing, partial flour and partial milk. So I had to get out another cup for mixing or measuring. Boo. That's okay. We will have it all cleaned up. Okay, so I'm just going to add a cup of flour. So this part says you should get a spatula, but my wooden spoon actually has a flat end. I don't know if that'll be like super important. If you're already using a mixing or a wooden spoon, I think you'd be fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna put my 1 cup of flour and my half a cup of milk. And we're gonna get that mixing together. So don't lose track, you guys, because I've done that before. So this is 1 cup of 2 2/3 cups of flour. So I'm keeping track. Are you? All right, so this is a step that you don't want to over mix because you do want to keep that thickness to it. You're just kind of making sure it's evenly dispersed. Kind of like how you would make pancakes. Now we're adding another cup of flour. So now I only need to do 2/3 cups of that and still a half a cup of milk. So I'm still keeping track, are you? Okay, here goes that last part of the milk. I'm going to incorporate that. And then after I do that, I'm going to do the last part of the flour. And then we're ready to start baking. Okay, here's my batter. It's a little thick. It's a little bit thick, but that's okay because that's how it's supposed to be. And do not overmix. Actually, it says undermixing is better. So that overmixing would be happening if I used a hand mixer. I don't think I'm getting lots of repetitions when I'm doing it by my own hand. So we're gonna now start evenly putting them in their muffin liners. I have 12, so I have to evenly do that, and I'll bring you closer. So I'm just going to very carefully put in about a tablespoon in each one and kind of build from there. They're gonna be pretty full though. Going to go into the oven at 425 for 15 to 17 minutes, but I will check them around 13 minutes. We just want it to have a spongy consistency. You may even want to get something to kind of poke in one just to make sure it's evenly cooked throughout or through the middle. And so we're just going to have these going in. Let's see what they look like coming out. And here they are. I just took them out. So, okay, I tried poking at them at 13 minutes. They were still a little gummy inside, so it actually cooked for about 18 minutes, you guys. So I'm gonna let them sit in here for a couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna put them on a cooling rack. So these have been in here for just a couple minutes. I'm just gonna pull them out. This is actually the little spear that I put in to check the temperature in the middle of it. So we're just gonna get these on the cooling rack. And then we're going to let them sit here for 10 minutes. So while those are cooling, I will make the glaze and show you. So for the glaze, it's pretty easy. Just a couple of tablespoons of melted butter. And then to that, we'll add a cup of powdered sugar. We're gonna do 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of really hot water. So let me go get that hot water. That's it. Now we're just going to mix this in. So easy that I could even bring it closer to you. So you can see using the warm or the hot material, so to say, is melting that down so much faster, that powdered sugar. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Just gotta make sure all those little powdered sugar lumps are all beat in there. But that's it. We're just gonna be putting that on top of our muffins in about 10 minutes. No, 5 minutes. Woo, even better. So while these are cooling, I just wanted to make sure and touch base with everybody. How are you doing right now? Are you communicating with loved ones? Are you texting? Are you FaceTiming? I think today we're gonna be doing some of that with our grandparents. Just to kind of check on them and see how they're doing. Also, I had a few of you ask about Isaiah. He's doing great. In fact, I think we'll be hearing from him today. So we're able to talk to him twice a week during this trying time as well. So everybody's kind of hunkered down. Our state is on a shelter in place, which either makes it a little bit more where we can't get out and about. I'm not sure yet on the all of the logistics of it all, but I know Paul has to carry a letter with him to go to work that says he's an essential worker. So That's what we're doing and dealing with now, and I hope that you're dealing with this as gracefully as possible. So also, I wanted to invite you this weekend, starting on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I believe those are the times, yes, is our church's general conference. So this is that church on television. You can go to the churchofjesuschrist.org website and live stream it, but it is truly my favorite times of year. We have it twice a year, and we just get to hear from lots of leaders, our prophet. We get to hear inspired revelations or just hopeful messages that we just need to hear at this time. And so I invite you all to, if you're wanting to hear some hopeful messages about our Savior and just about these times, you may want to tune in. But I will be tuning in as well. Our whole family will. So you're all invited. churchofjesuschrist.org, and you can stream it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to dip these muffins in the glaze. Now, I had a little taste. It's very good. That butter makes it very rich. So I put a napkin underneath here, so because what's going to happen is that it's going to run back down, and that's what we want it to do, but it may drip down the sides. So we're just, oh, of course, I dropped the whole thing in. That one was better. We're just gonna let these cool down even more. So you guys, I didn't have to use a mixer at all. I love these kind of recipes. It makes cleanup so much easier to me, and I don't know why exactly. I mean, it's not like cleaning a beater is that hard, but I've already done most of the cleanup. What do you think of those?
I'm good.
Does it taste like a donut? What do you think? It has like a good cinnamon, like nutmeg taste, which isn't normally in a donut, but the glaze on that's good, huh? Is it a thumbs up? Okay, so I think they turned out just great. They are so good. Great for breakfast. So if you're needing something pretty easy to do, this will be a really good muffin for breakfast. You can see, look at all that glaze. Oh, so good. So thanks so much for stopping by the channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and if you haven't clicked subscribed, I'd love to have you along. Thanks so much for stopping by, rollers, and stick around. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone.